Welcome. This will be an interesting pod.
Yeah, a different location.
We don't have much time on the weekends now, so we figured with being super busy lately, we're like, we got to film the pod when we get the chance. Yeah. Not to say every pod or like even the next one might be back to normal, but for now, this one is here.
Yeah, because we've been
on the road.
We've been busy at our job, like 10-hour days.
Yeah.
At the first, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit now.
And then by the time you get home on the weekends, like, well, I know you recently just upped it or made the announcement that you're going to up it to 4 videos in a stream a week. So it's just like on our personal channels, you know, that's kind of like number one priority. So it's been, a little tricky. Yeah,
because we had that, and then we also, as you guys know, we do music, and so we even put that on the back burner. And we've talked about this before a little bit, because it's not the main topic we're going to talk about, but like putting your dreams at the back burner just feels off.
Oh, it sucks.
Yeah, because like you want to continue doing it, you want to do it, go full out, and it's hard to do it at the start, especially when you're not monetized. I understand that because I'm at that position.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing, like, well, especially when you have the passion and drive to chase your dream, but then other, whether you call it, just if you want to call it just like adulting life, gets in the way, and you're like, it's so frustrating, because you're like, all you can think in the back of your mind is like, this could be time I could be using to put more, quality or content or quantity into my dream, like YouTube videos, but then you're like, but life, so you kind of got to try to find that balance.
Yeah, and with our jobs right now, like, because we're trying to figure out a way so that we can have YouTube be the priority while working, being able to work and provide for ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What was the first topic though? We have
a list.
As we're working, we like just will if one of us thinks of something, we'll write it down. So some of these topics were thought about a little while ago, but
commenting helps motivation, engagement has lessened over the years. So I know we talked about motivation like several times over the podcast, over this podcast, but like it's more and more prevalent to know like you don't know what to do and what's working when you don't have that feedback from commenters. Like I finally have a steady commenter, but it's only on the one thing that I play.
Yeah.
That he, comments all the time. And it helps me because I'm like, well, I know one person's enjoying this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's hard when you get new subscribers who subscribe to a certain style of content, but they might like the video, so you're like, okay, well, I know they like this kind of content, but they're not, commenting like what they would prefer, because like I'll play whatever I enjoy, but I'll also play suggestions.
Well, plus because there's we look on Steam all the time, but there's games that fly under our radar. So if you get a comment of like, let's say maybe you missed a game that come out recently, but someone comments, hey, you should check out this game, it's awesome. It could be like, oh, geez, I didn't even notice it. Thanks for the suggestion. You play it, and it could be like one of your favorite games. So, yeah, it's nice to have that feedback or suggestions of like new content. Or, like I said, even if you play, a game, maybe you don't do everything in the game, but you get a comment saying, hey, could you try to, get this secret ending or whatever, whatever it may be. It's just nice. And like seeing names or whatever on your videos, like comments, because likes help too. But you can't you can't pinpoint the likes. It's just like that number you're staring at. Whereas when you see the actual names, it kind of puts like a face behind it, and it's like gives it that more connection between you and your audience. So it's like way more motivating. It keeps the fire lit for like making content.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's even more so like because like you can kind of tell. Well, as you guys know, is if somebody subs to you, sometimes you see their profiles, and I wish it showed everyone.
It used to show everyone, but now,
to you.
Yeah.
Like like not everyone needs to know like who subs to who or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, because there's times where I honestly like, because this can kind of segue into something too, is I like when I see a subscriber come to my channel, and which I wish YouTube Studio had that feature where it would be like, oh, your channel, this is how many subs you get from people just going to your channel.
Yeah.
Because you kind of guess, and you're like, okay, well, they're going to my channel, so they must be liking everything
that's the thing,
that I'm
like,
doing.
It'd be nice if it showed the metric of, like, they watched this video and then clicked on your channel to subscribe. Because, like, you know, you might gain subs, and then you look at, like, your like, you know, let's say you look for the week, you know, the last videos for the week. You look at it and like, well, I gained subs, but I didn't gain them from the video. So then you're like, well, what did I gain the subs from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if that's another way of knowing what to do.
Because again, if you, let's say you post a video, like both of our channels, like we played a game, Olivia, and like they both randomly started getting views. But if someone like watches it, but then clicks on your channels and subs, you don't know. To you, like if you click on the analytic for that specific video, like of that game Olivia, if it shows 0 subs gained, you might think like, oh, a bunch of people watched it, but no one actually liked it because I didn't gain any subs. Meanwhile, they could have liked it so much and then clicked on your channel and subscribed. Yep. But because you don't know if that's the case, you're like, you don't know if they actually liked it or not.
It just basically makes it feel like you're throwing like, let's just say like 20 darts at a dartboard and just seeing where it lands. That's basically how it feels for me, and you know, I've been doing a lot better lately with all the videos that I'm posting.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm not doing as funny edits as much, but
at least you've been like steadily gaining some subs though.
Yeah, it's not the cursed.
Well, you were
21.
I was on a dry spell not too long ago too. Now it's picked up, but yeah, you were on a dry spell again. What was the number that you were on dry spell recently?
Was it 65 or 67?
It was before 67 because you posted the 6 and it was like 69 not long after.
66 maybe or 65?
Something like that. But yeah, so you were on like a dry spell there, and I was on a dry spell of like 867. I don't know, it was something like that. But it was just like, man, it was so slow. And then just randomly you'll just start gaining subs again. So it's kind of like, it's so random. You just don't know of like how things are gonna go. Yep.
We're good. We're good at that.
This also might be a little bit shorter of an episode, by the way. So
because
limited time,
doing this on lunch, really. Yeah. So, we'll segue.
We'll drive a segue into the next topic.
Ideas for ways to have more interaction. So kind of similar interaction with viewers. For example, like, you know, I played a game Directive 8020, and I wanted to have the people, like, comment, like, who you think I'm going to save?
No one.
Spoiler alert, I saved no one in my playthrough. Everyone died. Yeah. But I wanted to do something to have that engagement, try to get that engagement.
The only thing I just thought of, though, about that idea is because that's another thing about working and then doing YouTube as well, like, you know, simultaneously, because we have to kind of get everything done ahead of schedule for the week. Here's like, I have this idea. I want to, you know, engage the audience and being like, hey, who do you want to, or who do you think's going to survive? Even though your whole playthrough is already done. Yeah. Like, it'll be out, scheduled.
It'll be out, the final parts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
going forward and stuff.
It's trying to get that, like, oh, who you think's gonna, like, that engagement. Yeah. Trying to get people to comment.
People comment, oh, I think this person's. You like reply to the comments. Spoiler, I already recorded it all. Everyone dies.
Well, I would reply like, oh, you have to wait and see or something.
Yeah. Like, oh, I really hope this person survives. I'll just wait and see. Next episode, they dead.
But it's trying to find ways to get that engagement.
Yeah, last year, that reminds me, I used to do a thing back in the day, which I said once I get a steady stream, because I get comments on my videos, but, you know, not crazy amounts, but down the road I might start doing it again. But I showed you, like, last week or the week before or whatever, but I used to do a hashtag, like, Team ASW, like a comment, so anyone that wanted, like, one of their comments in a video, I would just pick one. They would say, like, hashtag Team ASW, and then they'd put a comment in the comment section, and I would just pick one, and I would show it, like, while I'm doing my intro at the start of the video. It would just, like, pop up on screen, and that was another way that people felt like they were involved with the videos, and like I said, it also drove more engagement, because people wanted to be a part of the videos, so like, oh, maybe my comment will be in the next one. So that was something I might do again, like here in the future.
Because I also know like some people will be like, usually it's near the end of the videos, like they'll say like, if you made it this far, tell me your favorite supper or something. You know, like there's ideas like that. The last supper is my favorite supper. That took a dark twist.
But yeah, like you could, I mean, people used to do comment questions. Yeah, like ask a question, be like, and then people put
kind of like what we do with this, but we don't get the questions.
we ask questions and we don't get the answers to. But yeah, so stuff like that, is kind of fun. Like reading comments video is another fun way to get that engagement.
We definitely have a lot of ideas.
We just need the hey guys, I'm gonna do a reading comments video. Okay, I got one comment, so the video's like 37 seconds long.
I'll just read all the comments that I got so far in my channel, which is probably like 20 tops.
But yeah.
So yeah.
And that's kind of the frustration as a small channel, is all of these things that you can do to feel more motivated or engage with your audience. It doesn't happen until you have an audience, which doesn't happen until you have a bit of a bigger channel. So that kind of like feeds into the like trying to stay motivated with a small channel. It is so difficult. That's something that we've learned, for sure. More so the more we do it. It's like, man, it's difficult.
Yeah, I can see
that grind at the start.
I can see definitely, like, because like we've looked at smaller channels as like here and there, and like I'm definitely doing better than a lot of same level channels. But it's trying to get that growth so that you're able to do all these cool things that we have ideas for.
Well, that's kind of like the thing too. Like I remember when I started it the first time way back. Oh yeah, I probably had like 200 videos out before I even had like a 1 to 2 consistent commenters. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, man, just thinking back to posting like 1 to 2 videos every day and getting like no views, no comments, nothing. That's what I mean. But I remember thinking back and it was just like, I don't know how I did it. I guess I just didn't know any different really. But man, just to be able to, that's tough to try to just go through that without getting burnt out or losing motivation. But you kind of have to stick through it, because eventually you'll never get to the pot of gold on the other side of the rainbow if you don't cross that rainbow. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta
definitely
stick with it, and then eventually, like I said, it might be some people get lucky in their journey. They hit like I know 3FS is a channel. I think within a year he hit 1 million subs, or like a year and a half. Some people get really lucky and they make good content, but that's the thing. You can make the best content in the world, but also luck comes down. Like if you make the best content in the world, but it's not being, no one's seeing it, then it doesn't matter. Like, so
it was kind of like that.
You need luck.
Cinnamon
Toast Ken.
Cinnamon Toast Ken, like what he said.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Well, because back in the day, he was talking about how, which I like. That's when I did YouTube the first time around, and it was luck was still involved, but there were things you could do to kind of help improve your odds. But those things are, I think we talked about another pod maybe, but like trying to be first to something's impossible now. And then like even like back in the day, even if you weren't first, even if you were second, third, maybe fourth or fifth, you could still get good eyes. Within the first 10 minutes of games out, there's like 20 to 100
commentary.
People. Well, there's already like a bunch of people streaming it. Streaming it. As soon as they're done, it's already up. So anyone who's making a video is automatically going to be slower than them. And then the people that do no commentary, no face cam, no edits, nothing, well, they're going to beat you. So streamers will be first. No commentary, no face cams will be second. Maybe just someone who just hits record on OBS, like has their face cam set up so it's all just one file. They hit record, hit end, upload the video. They'll be third.
That'd be easy.
And then you keep going down the list to people where you take time in your face cams. Let's say like a different file so you can have it separate so it's better quality and you can do edits and all that. You're way down here. So by the time you get your content up, it's like, all right, well, there's like 6,000 other videos already up. So like, you're not on page, because most people watching YouTube, if they search up a game, they'll look at the first 10 and pick a video to watch. Yeah. They're not scrolling and hitting page 2 or page 3.
No. So and then you might be lucky on, like, say, well, I've looked in that analytics, whereas there'd be like somebody playing a certain game.
Yeah.
But my game suggested from that, which is different. Yeah. So sometimes you're lucky in that sense.
That's kind of like how you have to rely on it now. Yeah, as far as like the luck goes, you kind of just gotta hope that your video gets put in recommendations.
I mean, there's been a few times where I've seen YouTube search.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I don't look all the time, but like I do. Like, if a video pops off, I kind of like to see like, oh, why is it popping off? Because that's another way. Like, okay, well, it's getting seen through searches, or it's getting seen through suggested. It was kind of like a good example for one of mine is the Tall Man tapes.
Yeah.
Terrible game. I did not enjoy it, whatever. But Jacksepticeye, I think that was the main reason.
Oh, it was for sure
that he played it, and my video somehow got in that algorithm, and people were watching that fully too, which was weird because if you watched it once, you're not going to watch it again. But
you would think. I used to have that all the time too. Like, I had series back in the day that, like, even a series that popped off normally for me and it gained like a lot was like Rake, an old horror game. It did great. And then when it was slow, it was after all the hype was gone, Markiplier played it. And then boom, here's another big boost of like viewers on that game. So things like that you can kind of hope to rely on, but again, that's all luck. You can't control the algorithm as like the creator. That's fully on YouTube to pick and decide which videos are going to be put in what recommendations. But I mean, like, there's just little things that the little things that you can do is obviously make the best content you can. And then small things that you can kind of help, which I've been doing a lot better with, is, so like, you know, let's say I started at Subnautica 2. So let's say I'm 4 episodes deep. I'll obviously want to upload episode 1. Episode 2's not out yet.
Yeah.
So the end card will be something else I'll think they like. But then after you put, let's say you post episode 2, like, A, always make sure they're put in a playlist, but then B, when you upload, say, episode 2, go back to your episode 1 video, change the end card so it also redirects to episode 2, and then and keep doing that.
I started doing that with my playlist.
Because if someone that clicks on episode 1 and they watch all the way through, as you're doing the outro, when the end card pops up, they're like, oh, right there, episode 2. They don't have to go to your channel, because the more hurdles that people have to do, like viewers have to do, unfortunately, a lot of people, that alone will be enough for them to be like, never mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if it's simple things like clicking on your channel to go look to hit, like, click on your channel, hit videos, and then go find episode 2. Unfortunately, a lot of people will be like, never mind. Yeah. But if you present it where it's right there, ready to go, as soon as they're done that, so they'll be more inclined. So things like that you can do.
Especially like because you gotta think about, like, also, everybody's channel is different, but we kind of like base it off each other's. TV is usually like one of the top ones, and you want to make it easier, like we said, like, you want to make it easy for the experience for any viewer, rather than like, well, because like on PC, you can like, go click playlist, whatever. It's not terrible.
But YouTube, I mean TV,
it's rough.
Yeah, because then you got to go down. So you got to, like, that's why the end cards are really important, because it will pop right up and you just hit the next video. So it kind of makes it easy for that. But I even noticed recently, though, got a lot more. That used to be mostly TV viewers. Now it's kind of more evenly distributed, which is nice.
Yeah, so it really depends. I think it's TV and then mobile for me.
Yeah, it was TV and phone, I think, yeah.
So, So phones are getting back into it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. What's the next topic there, CrayJayy?
We're kind of going through them. Evergreen content.
Oh yeah, that's a similar, quick one. So it's just as far as like making content that, because you as a content creator, you want to make content that's going to get the most views. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, guys, we're back. Yeah. So what I was saying is with Evergreen, that just comes more down to its simplified terms. Is that as a content creator, you want to get make content that gets more views. Of course, I mean I don't think that's a negative thing. Like, otherwise, if you're like, oh, I don't care if my content gets views, why would you even put it up on social media? But anyway, but there are things where, like, slow burn stuff, where you might post something that, let's say, is a slower growth, like it doesn't grow as fast, but it might end up being one of your series that, let's say, over the span of, let's say you do YouTube for 10 years, that whole 10-year time, people are going back to it and watching it, or it's still trickling. Whereas you'll have some stuff that blows up. Like my most viewed video of all time that I've ever had has 1.1 million views. It's basically had 1.1 million views since like that first year was up. You know what I mean? Like it blew up, and then that was it. Whereas I had content that was like maybe started out with like 5,000 views, but over the course of like 10 years, it's like now it's at like a couple 100,000. Like, you know what I mean? That it just slowly would always still get views. And so that's the type of content where you don't want to obviously always put out content that is that's underperforming, but some of it, if you kind of have to base it on you yourself. Like for right now, I'm playing Subnautica 2 on my channel, although my last video randomly got recommendations, but like in theory, I kind of knew it was going to perform not great. I figured it was mostly going to be my subscribers watching, but it's one of those series that I envision and I can kind of feel that it will probably do better. Like anytime a new subscriber, they might click on my channel and go be like, oh, I want to see if he played Subnautica too. You know what I mean? Like there's stuff like that. So it's kind of like taking it one at a time. But usually you'll know if it's like one of your it's like all of my best series I've ever had were ones that I mostly enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
I don't know about me.
Oh, really?
Time for bed.
Oh, I don't mean necessarily view-wise per se, but I meant like likes, interaction, and stuff like that too.
Yeah, definitely. I can't say too much because I haven't had those series yet. Like, except for Time for Bed, it just keeps on getting views and views and views. I don't know why. Yeah, it literally. I think the only reason it still gets views is because I was like the first one. Yeah, I beat it, but I think because I played Subnautica one video, but I'm going to play more. It's just it feels like there's not enough days in the week to post content, honestly. Yeah, even with 5 days a week, I'm like, well, I'm behind on new games. Yep.
I know, like that's the thing, and that's why I would never do 2 videos a day again. But back then, it's crazy to think of. I mean, a lot of us did back in the day. It was 2 videos a day every single day. Like I did it. I posted 2 videos a day, 12 and 3 Eastern Standard Time, like noon and 3 Eastern. But it was like that was the only time where I truly felt like I never was behind. You know what I mean?
Which is understandable.
And there was days where like a new game would come out, and instead of just posting the 2, waiting the next day for 2, if it popped off, I was like, I'm just gonna. So there's days where I posted 4 or 5 videos in one day, and then 4 the next day because the series was popping off, and I'm like, well, I'm going to take advantage of this. So that's kind of what the stance I've been taking lately. Is if a new game comes out, let's say, because I post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, but let's say a new game comes out, like on this last weekend I did that. It's like a new game comes out. Let's say Saturday I record it. Instead of being like, well, I guess it will just go public Monday. Yeah. I'm just going to post it Sunday. Like, I'm not, why wait? You know what I mean? I'll just post an extra video that week. So, rather than, like I said, waiting, and then by the time your video comes out, it's like, well, now it's old news, and no one cares, and kind of like shoot yourself in the foot.
And it's really bad because we can't really, like, after work, we're exhausted, so you can't really record then. Yeah. So it's like whatever comes out on the Friday, you kind of like, oh, I gotta play that. Yeah. And then record that, and then post that, and
then if you have other games that are like series, then those are taking up video slots because you're like, all right, I played this game, it was 4 episodes, so now that's 4. If you don't, unless you spam them. Let's say if it's 4 videos, well, there's your whole week, so you're not gonna post just that. So then you gotta like try to diversify, and then it's tricky because sometimes there's dry spells or not much coming out, and you're like, all right, 4 videos a week is good. Yeah. And then there's times where it's like, oh my god, there's so much is coming out. You're like, I gotta post almost daily at this point to keep up with everything.
It feels like that. So I get it when back in the day it was 2 videos a day because I did 2 videos one day, but that was just because I was an idiot. Because I was like, I forgot to post on Thursday. Yeah. I'm like, well, I can post it on Monday. I was like, I'll just post 2 videos in that day. And I'm like, whatever.
But what's crazy is like when we used to post 2 videos a day, that's 730 videos in a year.
Yeah. You definitely get burnt out at some point.
But what's wild is when when my channel was growing, like that was really, like I said, because I didn't start doing 2 videos a day. It was like 1 a day basically. But that first full year of like 2015 onward, I basically was posting 2 videos every day. I might have missed there might have been a couple days throughout the year that I posted 1 video that day, but like I said, then there's other days where I posted like 3 or 4. But what's wild is I never really got burnt out. because the growth and seeing, waking up, me like, oh my god, I gained. Because like another thing was like, yeah, back then, I mean, I think of it now, trying to do it all over again, that even my slow months were gaining 2,000 subscribers in a slow month, or like 1,800. And I think of that now, and I'm like, that's still crazy good. Like here we are trying to get 1,000 subs is like the first big goal, and like imagine gaining that in like 30 days or double that in 30 days.
I mean, we did do that on Dream Duo.
Oh yeah, on our other channel. But that's what I mean. Like, so it's like, and that's what kept us making motivating, or well, everything else was demotivating on that because you can't. But that's what I'm saying is like you would think when
seeing the growth,
you would think like 2 videos a day, man. You made like 730 videos in a year. You must have been burnt. No, because like I was seeing the reward for my hard work.
Yeah,
I was cranking out the 2 videos a day, but I was also growing. And it was like, oh my god! And then you start getting like game companies reaching out to you to give you games, and you meet all these new people, and then you can start doing new series like reading comments, and it's like it's that growth. And once you start seeing the community come together, that is so motivating. Where I never experienced burnout then. It wasn't until when things slowed down or something, and then you also, because you kind of got to stay in the groove too.
Yeah, because if you start something,
if your audience is like giving you all their support, but then you start slowing down, then they're gonna also start slowing down. So you kind of gotta, it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? If you want a super dedicated, hardcore audience, like supportive, you gotta be that. You gotta have that same drive.
Yeah, because like part of me like, well, the 2 videos a day, I would do it, but I was like,
I don't think I'll ever do that. I think those days of YouTube are gone. But
5, I was even thought about a video every day, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'd get back to that.
Like, 7 videos a week, because like I said, like sometimes you have to move certain videos, and then you're like, well, then it's behind, and then for example, like Directive 820, I did 2 videos last week, and then I have 2 videos coming up this week. Well, if someone was watching my first video and then going on to the second video, well, then they have to wait like, was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days.
Yeah. Exactly. To watch to continue the series.
So rather than if I were to play it all and then I do, the 4 videos in a row.
Yeah.
And then at least people would be like, okay, well, at least I have to wait.
Well, even if you did 7 videos a week, even if you did part 1 something else, part 2 something else, you'd still get the whole series done in the week.
Yeah, which to me would feel better. But then you have another thing that's conundrum right now is then you'd have to figure out how to record, when to record, because that'll go into like 2 videos. I think I start at 8 o'clock and then I finish roughly like 11, sometimes 12, depending. So then, well, that's only 2 videos. Then you're gonna have to be like, if I were to do 7,
because if you record for especially storage room games, minimum usually 2 hours, like for like a series. So with like a story, so that if you record 2 videos each 2 hours, that's 4 hours already. So imagine trying to also, let's say, record all 4 in one day, which is not going to happen because then your energy levels are also going to drop. But like, if you recorded 4 videos on the weekend, let's say, that's 8 hours roughly. Some games we've done, like the Occultist, I think I posted 3 videos, but it was like 6 hours, I think it was. But like that alone takes up, and then you get, not to mention editing and all. It takes up so much time. It's not the most physically demanding job, obviously, but it does take a lot of time. If you, obviously, there are ways like you could just not do face cam or just have it all. But then it's like, well, we care about quality, so it's like doing that takes up a lot of time. What's the next subject? So, just because we try not to ramble and, like I said, we don't got much time. So.
Audience you want to have. That's all I have right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's just that was just kind of, we were talking about it while at work. It's just like trying to see your community come together, or if you're someone who's, let's say you're an older person making content, let's say you're in your 40s or 50s, most, I would assume, probably would not want a bunch of children watching them because you can't feel that connect. Like when I had my first YouTube channel, that was the main one. Most people were all around my age. So as I was growing up, like, because 2015 was like my first real like start of the success on it. So I would have been 21 or turning 21. So most people were my age, so I was 21, 22, 23, 24. Those are like my golden years. And so most people were my age or a little older, maybe a little younger. But like because of that, it felt even greater because I could connect, or if I made a reference or something, people got all that. Whereas I had certain games pop off that had a lot, that was way more dominant with the younger audience, and then I didn't feel that connect quite as much. So it's like ideally I would like people my age or in the 20s or 30s. So it's just kind of like making your content and kind of keeping that in the back of your mind, because again, you don't want to think about all this stuff while you're doing it. It's just things like you kind of have in the background, or you think about, but it also comes down to however you are is what you'll attract. So if you're someone who acts immature, you might attract immature people.
I think I get a lot more immaturity on certain aspects because
and type of games determine it too.
Yeah, definitely, because like
mascot horror games are very, very child heavy.
Anomaly
games are definitely a younger audience, whereas stuff like The Occultist or Project Songbird, that's going to attract older audiences.
I've always been really young at heart because I try to be goofy all the time. I mean, you wouldn't see it in my video. Let's be.
You're like, oh yeah. And then here's your video. Hey guys, what's that over there?
Oh yeah. But no. In general, I think I do attract the younger. But I look at my audience on my app, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm kind of being watched by all age groups, which is kind of good because, like, if you think about it, you kind of want. The way I'm viewing it, because like as a new content creator, I kind of want get the it sounds real bad, the younger audience to kind of grow with them, so they can kind of see you get the younger because they're going to probably watch it more. More on. Yeah. Like longer. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I had a lot of people that some of my most dedicated supporters back in the day were older.
Yeah.
It's not like, unless you're getting people in their like late 90s that they might not watch you for much longer.
Whippersnapper.
You know what I mean? But if someone, let's say, is watching you in their 30s or 40s, it's not like they're going to outgrow your content by then. That's the only thing with young audiences. If, because it's like just human nature, you know what I mean? Something you're into when you're 12 years old. By the time you're 16, 17, you might not be into that at all anymore. So that's kind of the only thing with young people, is they might actually outgrow your content more so.
I've also seen, like, it's mostly the younger generation comes from the shorts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which was, like, what I was seeing. Like, so videos, I'm kind of, like, 18 to my age.
Yeah.
31, so. I'm here for anyone who wants to
that's
my content,
obviously,
pretty much. So, but yeah. I don't know what else.
Is that the last topic?
That's the last topic.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like we said, this is probably going to be a short one.
Well, we've been recording for like a half hour, so 35. But some of that's going to be edited out because someone come by and was like...
So definitely, like obviously, because we're on crunch time.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this off...
The next one will probably be recorded normally.
Yeah, so that we have more time and able to talk to and not be watched by random people.
But anyways, so hopefully everything turned out good. We're using I brought my GoPro and the lav mic, so
yeah, and I hope you guys like this.
Yeah.
Comment any questions you guys may have, if you have any.
Yeah. If not, just enjoy the video.
Yeah, just enjoy the podcast. Enjoy our weirdness. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, this is going to be probably one of the shorter podcasts that we have.
Well, unless there's anything else, but I can't really think of anything else right now.
No, because like we said, like we're doing this on our lunch break, and we're kind of like
No, that's it for this up, guys.
Bye.
Bye.